Hi everybody, welcome back to Living Even Keeled. My name is Patricia and I'm going to talk to you about an awesome book that I ended 2018 with. So about 4 years ago, I read Clutter Free with Kids and it was totally life-changing. Joshua Becker wrote that book. I follow him on Instagram and I told him that book was life-changing and he responded saying, wow, that's like high praise. And then I stopped talking because I was feeling like, oh my gosh, Joshua Becker responded to my Instagram comment, but it really was life-changing. I had Olivia, she was about a year old, and it just totally set me on the perfect journey, the right path for motherhood. We got rid of so much stuff, and many of you were along for that journey for what I shared of it, because there was a lot of other decluttering that I never shared. But I'm so excited to tell you that he wrote another book called The Minimalist Home. I just really appreciate the way Joshua Becker approaches minimalism. It's not about having nothing. It's not about having a specific number of things. It's about having what you love. It's about knowing what you love and getting rid of the rest of the stuff. If you love something, keep it. If it's useful and you use it, keep it. Everything else goes away. It's a very graceful, approachable, not stuffy way to live a minimalist life. And what I really appreciate is that he's a father, he's a husband, they have 2 kids, I believe, and so I can relate to that type of lifestyle. Sometimes when you find a minimalist person, it's common for them to be young, maybe single, maybe child-free, maybe world traveler. I like my life. I like my cozy life. I like my house, and I don't want to declutter, too much. I just don't want to have excess. So authors like Joshua Becker make minimalism seem very approachable. You can still have kids, you can still have hobbies, you can still have stuff, but you just choose the things that you value, the things that align with your personal principles, and just get rid of the rest. So in Joshua Becker's The Minimalist Home, he gives you a breakdown of all the spaces in your home and a small little checklist if you want like a to-do, how to declutter, a little bit of an action there, like 3 or 4 checklist items to kind of ask yourself in each space of the room. So he starts the book off with Minimalist Makeover and the Becker Method, which I think is a funny title. It's how he approaches decluttering in his home. And he goes through each of your spaces, so like the us rooms or the shared rooms, like the living room and family room, personal rooms, bedrooms, guest rooms, and so on. One really valuable part of this book is the maintenance guide, because let's say you have decluttered, it's also important to maintain that. And this is where I'm going to get personal with you and tell you about my journey. I have not been able to maintain all that hard work I did 4 years ago when I first read that book. I have purchased more, not as much, but more. I have decluttered things by putting them in the garage, not actually getting rid of them. And so I feel like I dropped the ball on all that hard work that I put forward. Now I still have a very streamlined way to store my DVDs and a streamlined way to store my paper files, and those big cluttery spots that I used to have, I don't have anymore, but I still feel like each one of my rooms has a few extra things. And so I am going to go through the Becker Method in each of my spaces and see if there's even just 1 or 2 things that don't belong or aren't serving me in each of my rooms, and if so, get rid of them. A huge roadblock for me has always been the because I have space areas of my home. So for me, it's the garage. And now in this house, we've been here for a year, we have a basement. And those spaces for me tend to attract broken things, huge pieces of furniture that, we can just put them in here because we have the space, or extra toys, especially again, the basement. The garage, like we've held on to things that need to be disposed of properly for way too long because we haven't like learned where to put it where we live now, and we've just been lazy and not Googled it and not looked it up. So we have like electronics that we don't want that are taking up lots of space, paint stuff that we need to get rid of, dead batteries, stuff like that. So the garage has always, since I've had one, when I was renting my other home and the one before that and the one before that, it's always been a little bit of my junk room, my secret, my dirty little secret. So with the Becker Method, I'm ready to just clean sweep it. I want every single space in my home to be clutter-free, starting with the garage. He kind of ends it with the garage, and it's really funny. It's kind of a really powerful space because it's what triggered his minimalism lifestyle. He was cleaning his garage, taking way too long. There's a story that is in the first book and he references it in this one again. And so the garage is sort of like a hot spot for Joshua Becker's family, and I feel like it is for me too, because if we could have a clean garage, then I know we've done our job. It's the first space I see when I come home because I come in through there, not the front door. So yeah, like I have this nice entryway for the guests, but the space that I see when I click the button and the door goes up, I see 2 wagons we never use, a stroller we don't use anymore, a pile of cardboard that we haven't broken down, and like a huge area of stuff I'm gonna take to the consignment store, which I'm not gonna do that, so I just need to take it to Goodwill. A whole area of trash, just trash, you know. And yeah, it's a little organized, but I'm just done with organizing junk. I'm done with organizing trash. Why spend a minute organizing something that you can just throw away? So I think he says that in the book. That's not an original thought. I heard that and I love it. Don't organize something that you don't need. Now there are little text boxes throughout the book where he gives you some inspiration, a story that somebody submitted to his blog or his podcast or something. There are also areas where there's minimalism values, like a minimalist home value is togetherness, hard work, generosity, and different things woven throughout the book. So it's not all just like hard, straight. It's relatable, it's human, it's not just like robotic, straightforward, get rid of your stuff. You know, it's more narrative than that. He really has you rethinking what is enough, and not only in terms of the little knick-knacky things you have or your clothes or your toys, but also your house size, the amount of cars you have, things like that. So he really opens your mind, gives you a new perspective on what is enough. In fact, it's really getting me on super excited about 2019. I'm so excited to have a clean garage. I'm so excited to break some old habits and get back to where I was so passionate and so on fire 4 years ago about clutter-free living, and just take that final step and changing those habits once and for all. I have gone up and down so much on my shopping habits, and so I think I want to do, just as a trial, just a little bit of a shopping ban, not necessarily a spending ban, but bringing things into the home. That's what I need to kind of just refocus and analyze why I'm doing it, because I think I shop out of boredom and I want to get out of the house and I kind of don't know what else to do. And so 2019 holds some really exciting changes for me and my family. I'm looking forward to restructuring home time, restructuring how we spend our time out of the home. I'm just super excited. I love books that make you rethink the way you're living. And this is the one that started, Joshua Becker's the one that started it all for me. So here we go, round 2. I'm committed this time. Last time I was committed, but I like stopped. I kept stopping in that garage. The garage is used for me. I'm gonna have a clean garage. I'm gonna show it to you at some point. Very excited. I wanna know, what is your dirty little secret space in your home? I'm guessing it's like a basement or a garage or a closet. Maybe it's the guest room. Sometimes, like when we first moved into a 3-bedroom house we were renting, we had an extra room. We only had 1 child at the time, and I had a vanity that I never used, a giant bookcase, boxes, a Swiss ball. Those things take up so much space. I had a Swiss ball. I had a queen size extra like bed frame. What in the world, you guys? All of that's now gone, but I'm wondering, is that your dirty little secret room? Is it the guest room? So I do hope you're able to find it and take some inspiration from it. Join me, because I am mega inspired. I'm passionate. I feel like I was all those years ago where I was like a little preachy. I'll try not to be that way again, but I just am super excited to like revamp, clean, and live the way I've always envisioned living. I know it's possible. I'm so close. I'm so close. So thank you guys for watching. If you like it, click thumbs up or subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.